Okay, here are 3 things that every seasoned camper always has with them. Hey, welcome to 2 Camping Gurus. If you like camping and the great outdoors, you are in the right place. Alright, hello there everybody. I know you're looking at going camping or at least considering it. Well, every one of us started out at some point and we're always wondering, what should we bring with us? I've been there myself, and still I always put a lot of thought in what I'm going to bring, and of course you always forget stuff. So we've all been there. You get out on a trail or you get out camping and you realize you forgot this. I remember one time, this is completely not a crucial item, but we had packed the camper up. I spent weeks and weeks. It was going to be a long RV trip, packing everything up. I had it boxed up in the kitchen, ready to go out the door, so we're going to be gone for a few weeks. And we were like 2 days into the trip. We got up to cook breakfast and we didn't have a toaster. At that particular time we were renting an RV, so it wasn't already stocked with our regular stuff that we'd leave in there. So we actually had to stop at a store and pick up a toaster. Now that's a minor thing, but there's some more major things you really need to consider having with you if you're going to go camping. Okay, so like I said, 3 things that every seasoned camper has with them. Number 1 is iodine. Now you may not carry it everywhere with you, but the one important thing you must have access to, no matter what, is fresh water. So if you're at a campground and things like that, typically there's plenty of fresh water. But if you're doing more backpack camping or tent camping, or you're going to go out hiking for a long length of time, you can watch plenty of other channels and YouTube channels and talk to other people that go camping. Many times they've been out on the trail and realized they didn't have enough fresh water. Now, typically they're close enough that they get back, but what if they run into an emergency situation? So the first thing that I would make sure people have is iodine tablets. You can use this to purify water out on the trail from a stream or something like that. Now, of course, there are drawbacks to this. 1, you got to have something to carry, and 2, you have to be in an area that actually has streams and access to water that may or may not be clean. So if you're in the desert, this may not be a good item. So again, when you're considering carrying certain things, you also want to consider, where are you camping, where are you going, what are you going to be doing. But it's always a good idea to have iodine tablets handy, so if you run into a situation where you have plenty of water but don't know if it's safe to drink, you can purify that water and be in a much better situation. Alright, the second thing that every camper, seasoned camper, should have with them, or if they're seasoned they probably do, and this is kind of a 2-part thing, is calamine lotion and antihistamine. And this is a much more common situation than maybe the drinking water issue, and that is bug bites. If you're out camping, you're going to run into bugs, you're going to run into bees, and you're going to run into mosquitoes commonly, and black flies if you're in the Northeast like where I am. You're going to run into these type of things. So if you have calamine lotion, which you don't, talk about years ago, I used it for everything, but if you have that with you, you can rub that on the itch and the sting area or the bite. And of course, if you do get stung by a bee or something like that, it's good to have an antihistamine so you can take care of that as well. So those are things that, whether I am camping at a campground, if I am backpack camping, tent camping, or even out hiking, it's a very easy thing to carry with you to deal with a very common situation. But again, a lot of people don't think of these things. So if you're a seasoned camper, you probably do. If you're first starting out, you're thinking of clothes and food and all that stuff, but you're not thinking about these little tiny details that typically will happen. You will run into these situations. So it's good to have the stuff with you if you need it, and if you find out you don't, no big deal, but you were at least prepared. And that this rolls right into the next one. The third thing that every camper or anybody that's been out there for any length of time make sure they have with them is a first aid kit. And I've talked about this before, but you really need to put a lot of thought into the type of first aid kit that you want, that will work for your particular situation, but have one with you. Now, if you are going to be backpacking and hiking and trail walking, things like that, then I recommend you get either a 2-part one or 2 different ones, one larger unit to keep at your camper, which there's no way you're going to grab and take with you. That's a big problem with big, first aid kits, a first aid box. You may have that with you, but if you're going to go walking on the trail, I know you, as well as me, are not going to grab that box and head out on the trail. Typically what you're going to do is you're going to go hike, and then if something happens, you're not going to have it with you. So you want a small first aid kit. Something that is small enough that you can put in your pocket that's going to carry the handful of essentials that you might need, as well as that lotion, aspirins and antihistamines, things like that, Band-Aids. These things are important to have if you're out on the trail. So anyways, those are 3 things that every seasoned camper always has with them, or at least very close by. Alright, fellow campers, I hope you found that video helpful. If nothing else, at least hopefully it was a little entertaining for you. If you are a seasoned camper or you're getting ready to head out for the first time, then I encourage you to click on the link below and download my free ebook and pre-trip checklist to make sure your vehicle and your camper is safe and you are completely ready to hit the road. Again, that is free. It's right in the description just below, or you can type in your browser pretripchecklist.gr8.com and get that today. Also, don't forget to comment on this video, like this video if you found it helpful, and of course subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I'll be releasing a video every day this month, and hopefully you'll find something here that's helpful to you. And if you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to get back to you. As always, have a great day and happy camping.